Hello and welcome to another one of our must-read series. This is a series that I've put together mainly because I want to share some of my favourite graphic novels and trade paperbacks with you guys. This is not new books necessarily. It's certainly not a definitive collection, but these are ones that I've read and that I think most people need to read and enjoy. Tonight's book is called Dark Knight, a true Batman story. This is written by Paul Dini with art by Eduardo Risso and the lettering by Todd Klein. Paul Dini you might know as working as one of the lead animators on Animaniacs and also had a big hand in the Batman animated series. Risso did the art on 100 Bullets with Brian Azzarello. So good team. Now this book differs greatly, certainly from the other stuff I've been reviewing so far. It is a true story. And it took the team around it a long time to get it published because they had all manner of licensing to try and get past. It features Batman, Joker, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy. And I know you might be thinking, well, how does a true story feature Batman, Joker, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy? Well, basically, this is a story about a night that Paul Dini was mugged and severely beaten to the point where he thought he was going to lose his life. And ever since he was a kid, he's used cartoon characters and comic characters to help him overcome certain things. He was a very sheltered boy when he was younger, and they've always lived inside his head, basically, and he's used them. Now, this story is very open, honest, probably laid himself very bare, I think, in this. Doesn't paint him in a particularly great light. It doesn't paint him in a particularly negative light. It is just what it is. Now, I think that it's a wonderful piece of work. And I would suggest everybody reads this. It starts out in his early life. It moves on to his life working for Warner Brothers and how he had what he thought was a celebrity-ish girlfriend, and it turns out she was just using him to get to Steven Spielberg. And then one night, after she basically puts him in the friend zone, he decides that he's going to try and make her jealous by pretending that he had somewhere else to go when she offers him a lift home. A couple of blocks from his home, he gets jumped by a couple of guys. They rob him, beat him, threaten to kill him, and leave him basically in a bloody mess on the floor. He had a fractured skull. He was in hospital for some time, and he used Batman, Joker, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy. They were living inside his head at the time, and it's a reflection of his state of mind when he was feeling worthless, or when he figured that he wasn't able to do anything or to carry on. The Joker was there reinforcing those thoughts, and then Batman would come and basically tell him to pull himself together, and then everything in between. Now, having a book like this, writing a book like this, I would think was difficult enough. Finding an artist to complement that work in such a sensitive yet brilliant way, he couldn't have done better than Eduardo Risso, I think, because the book is beautifully drawn and it realises some of the horrific stuff that happened to him in a great way. It treats his mental state with kindness and compassion, and it all comes together in what is an incredible graphic novel. Now, this was never released as a comic, so it is just an original graphic novel. You can only get it in this form. I've only ever seen it also in the hardback. I don't know whether there's a paperback of it. I'm not sure, but to be honest, if you're going to get it, you want to get the hardback. It's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful book. The artwork is incredible, and it deserves this format. Basically, I think it deserves to be a hardback. On the back, there's a short piece from Mark Hamill, obviously voices the Joker. He says, it's riveting from start to finish, so revealing, so poignant, so insightful, a masterpiece. And they are words that I couldn't have said better myself. Obviously, he'll be able to say it better than me. He's an actor and makes a lot of money doing so. But all things considered, I think if you want something a bit different, and believe me, this is different, because all the way through it, you have to keep reminding yourself that these things were real. This actually happened. And if you read someone's autobiography and it's just in text form, that's different. When you see it and it's drawn and it's illustrated, then it makes it even more real, I believe. So this is Dark Knight, a true Batman story by Paul Dini. It's one that I can't recommend highly enough, and I really do implore you all to read this one at your earliest possible convenience. I've got a few more of these to do. We've still got a few more books and stuff to get through, so look out for future episodes, and I'm going to be doing another Ask Drew episode very shortly, so keep your eyes open for that one as well. Other than that, I'm just going to bid you a very good evening. Have yourselves a lovely evening, and I'll see you soon.